suddenly turned a corner, and he was accompanied by Representative Roger Williams, and accosted me on the steps right here in front of our nation's Capitol. I was minding my own business, walking up the steps, and Representative Yoho put his finger in my face. He called me disgusting. He called me crazy. He called me out of my mind. And he called me dangerous. I walked back out, and there were reporters in the front of the Capitol. And in front of reporters, Representative Yoho called me, and I quote, "a fucking bitch." These are the words that Representative Yoho levied against a congresswoman, the congresswoman that not only represents New York's 14th congressional district, but every congresswoman and every woman in this country, because all of us have had to deal with this in some form, some way, some shape, at some point in our lives. That this issue is not about one incident. It is cultural. It is a culture of lack of impunity, of accepting of violence and violent language against women, and an entire structure of power that supports that. And I want to be clear that Representative Yoho's comments were not deeply hurtful or piercing to me, because I have worked a working class job. I have waited tables in restaurants. I have ridden the subway. I have walked the streets in New York City. And this kind of language is not new. I have encountered words uttered by Mr. Yoho and men uttering the same words as Mr. Yoho while I was being harassed in restaurants. I have tossed men out of bars that have used language like Mr. Yoho's.
You have an incredible problem with suburban women that if President Trump loses the election, that's why. And she said his comments were indicative of his disrespect for her and for women more generally. Do you agree with her on that? And do you think Congressman Yoho's apology went far enough?
I watched that Congressman Yoho went to the floor, apologized not once but twice to the Congresswoman from New York. I watched the majority.
He said, "I refuse to apologize for my passion."
I watched the majority leader of the House accept his apology. In America, I know people make mistakes. We're a forgiving nation. I also think when someone apologizes, they should be forgiven. I don't understand that we're going to take another hour on a floor to debate whether the apology was good enough or not. He said, "I was sorry." He said, "I'm sorry to the Congresswoman from New York." There are more women running in the Republican Party for Congress than at any time in the history of this party. The record was 143. We're well over 220. So if you want to measure it based upon that, I think we're improving. Do we have rooms for improvement? 100% yes. So do we have areas to improve? Yes, but are there improvements out there? I see it each and every day.